THX. Those were the words that I wouldn't expect to make. But we're doing another big series. So, if you haven't heard recently, last year I made a series going through every Disney home media release that had the THX logo, just so that you could know how many of them were there. And that one actually did really good. One of them actually became one of my most viewed non-opening videos ever. So then I thought, why don't we do another one to make more views? So then I came to a question: what other studio that has a bunch of home media releases with the THX logo? And then I came to one: 20th Century Fox. I mean, it's basically like an obvious choice. 20th Century Fox was a distribution deal of Lucasfilm that also owned THX, so it would be a win-win scenario. Plus, they have a bunch of movies that have been certified for THX on their home media releases. So that would be my next movie series thingy. But first, we would probably go through a bit of history again, because why not? THX was founded on May 1983 to pretty much give the recent Star Wars film at the time, Return of the Jedi, give it a really good audio system. It was named THX after one of its developers, Thomas and Horman. TH and then the X-Men experiment. And it was also an homage to George Lucas's student film, THX 1138. THX is often noted to scare the ears of a person, mainly because of their theme, the deep note, which kind of went something along the lines of this. Something along the lines of that. I don't know if I did it right, but I tried. The THX logo also appeared in theaters. Yeah, sure, there were mostly other major bit blockbusters, and mainly other Lucasfilm films like Return of the Jedi, like I said, the Indiana Jones trilogy, and Willow, just to name a couple. But then, in the early to mid-1990s, THX decided to do something new. They would put some of their things onto home media, making them THX certified home media. So, let's not waste any more time, and let's get it started. THX on 20th Century Fox Home Media, Part 1, The New Beginnings. The first ever THX home media release in general is the 1993 Laserdisc release of The Abyss. For its special edition, I guess James Cameron wanted to contact THX hey, so we're making a special edition of The Abyss, do you want to help out? And I guess they wanted to help out, so yeah. And this is the first THX something home media release in general, not including any international territories, of course. And they included the Broadway trailer, but for the Laserdisc version, something along the lines of that, right? Another early release is the original Star Wars trilogy. Star Wars A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, those three movies. So they released on Laserdisc in September of 1993, a month after The Abyss. And for the trailer for all three of those movies, they included the Broadway trailer. A month later, after Star Wars, a random movie called Hoffa was released on Laserdisc. Seems weird for the third THX 20th Century Fox release, but oh well. That release included the Broadway trailer, so that it released on October 1993. Something along the lines of that, right? And to end their 1993, the final movie that got THX certified of that year is Rising Sun on Laserdisc, a movie starring Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes. The trailer for it was, once again, the Broadway trailer, and it released in December of 1993. Now comes one of the more mysterious releases. South Pacific was released on Laserdisc. The trailer was, again, the Broadway trailer, but its release date, we kinda don't know when it released. My source said that it released sometime in 1994. And you know what's my source? The THX Wiki. So I'm just gonna put this here because, I don't know, maybe it could have released in 1994, but again, we don't know. You know, for this series, I feel like there's always gonna be that one release that just feels a bit odd. Something that doesn't feel right with a bunch of other releases where, yeah, they make sense, but for one in particular, it does not. For this part, why not we look at the April 1994 release of Mrs. Doubtfire on Laserdisc, which the trailer for that one included the THX Broadway logo. Laserdisc version. This one just seems weird, and yeah, that's basically it. Moving on. There were 3 releases in November of 1994 that had the THX thing. One being the 1994 November release of Oklahoma on Laserdisc. The trailer ended up being Broadway. The second November 1994 release is the 1994 movie Speed, the action movie featuring a bus and Keanu Reeves that got a THX Broadway trailer Laserdisc release for its Laserdisc release. And the final of the 3 releases is the 30th anniversary edition of My Fair Lady, to celebrate the movie turning 30 years old. That release also included the THX Broadway Laserdisc variant thingy, and all 3 of those releases were released in November of 1994. Interesting, I know. One of the final releases of 1994 that got THX certified is the Laserdisc of The Sound of Music. A movie that kind of really needed the THX helping something along the lines of that. The movie was released in December of 1994 on Laserdisc, and the trailer was, once again, the Broadway logo. Laserdisc edition. The first 1995 release is the James Cameron directed film True Lies on Laserdisc. This movie was released on Laserdisc in February of 1995. The trailer, again for who knows how long, the Broadway logo, Laserdisc version. And it was also available in widescreen. I forgot to mention that for the other movies, but sorry. And our final movie that we're looking at today is Neil, a movie starring Jodie Foster and Liam Neeson that released on Laserdisc. It released on Laserdisc in August of 1995. The trailer that released with the movie, the THX Broadway logo, the Laserdisc variant. And yeah, that's it. From 1993 all the way to mid-1995, THX was just slowly beginning their thing with the home media releases. Sure, they would eventually start going through other companies, but with 20th Century Fox, let's just say that next time, things are going to be a little bit different. Next time on THX on 20th Century Fox Home Media, a new challenger enters the arena. VHS, I don't know what that could be, but it'll probably be important later. Star Wars will be released one last time, forever. Don't worry though, it's not getting rid of it forever, they just want to make room for the special editions. And the Laserdisc will change THX logos from Broadway to Cimarron. Or is it Cinnamon? I don't know. Join us next time!